Imagine you are working on a project and you try to add a new feature to it. And after writing some code, you realize that you just messed up the entire project. And that sounds terrible, right? Or imagine you are working on a project, on the same project with your friends, and your friends wrote some code for a particular feature, and you wrote some other code for another feature. And now you have two code bases. How could you merge them together? And that's exactly where developers use Git. In the next 5 minutes, you will understand what is Git, why developers use Git, and why learning it is one of the best investment you can make as a programmer. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are learning programming or web development, you have probably heard people say learn Git before applying job. But what exactly is Git? Is it a programming language, or is it GitHub, or is it just another tool that every developers have to learn? Let's clear up all the confusions. By the end of this video, you will know what Git actually is, why developers use Git, how Git solves real world problems, and the basic workflow of Git. Let's get started. Git is a version control system. Now, that sounds technical, right? But it's actually very simple. Imagine you are working on a Word document and today you made some changes, and tomorrow also you added some more changes, and then you realize that yesterday's version was actually better. Now, without any backups, you have lost it. Git solves this problem. It keeps track of every changes in your project and allows you to go back to the particular version within seconds. You can compare the changes, and if something breaks, you can go back to the working versions within seconds. And instead of saving files like project final updated, Git stores all the versions in a cleaner and organized way. Git isn't just about backups. Its biggest strength is collaboration. Imagine five developers working on the same project. Without Git, they will be sending zip files to each other. Someone overwrites someone else's work, file get lost, nobody knows which version is correct. With Git, every developers work independently. Git keeps track of everyone's changes, and when they are ready, Git combines them together. If two people edit the same line, Git tells you there is a conflict so that you can resolve it safely. And that's why almost every developers in the world use Git. You don't need to memorize the commands yet. You just need to understand the process. It works like this. First, you create or modify a file and then tell Git which changes you want to save. And then next, you create a commit. A commit is like taking a snapshot of the entire project at that moment. And every commit has a commit message describing what happened in that particular commit. Over the time, you will get a timeline of your project which contains different versions of your project. And it allows you to switch between different versions as per your requirement. That's the core idea of Git. Simple, powerful, and incredibly useful. So today we learned that Git is a version control system. It allows you to track different versions of your project and also switch between different versions. And it allowed developers to collaborate within the same project. Now we understood what is Git. But what is GitHub? Is it similar to Git or is it different from Git? Let's see in the next video.